My favorite classical book is Romance of the Three Kingdoms. As far as I know, it's the first large-scale creative non-fiction work ever written. It's a lot faster to read than you think, with fairly direct, if archaic language. In this video essay, I will be making a comparison between one of its characters, Shao, and Hillary Clinton, as the two are very similar characters. First, a brief overview of Yuan Shao. Yuan Shao was a very well-connected minister during the late Han Dynasty, renowned for his high status and considered to be the model nobleman. When the eunuchs corrupted the imperial office, he recommended to his boss Hu Jin to bring in regional forces to oust the eunuchs. While many beardless men were slain, Dong Zhuo, who led the regional forces, was able to seize the imperial heirs.
是鹰虎驱狼之计，其结果断然是虎患大于狼害。
Yuan Shao then led an alliance to oust Dong Zhuo, but it failed. The result is that the various warlord members split up and created a feudal environment. During this time, he crushed Gongsun and consolidated his power base. At this point, Yuan Shao had significantly more resources than any of his rivals and deployed around 100,000 troops and 10,000 cavalry at the Battle of Guandu. This battle was a turning point for him. Despite his numerical and logistical advantages, he lost his two best generals early on in the battle. Nevertheless, he pressed on with a frontal assault rather than engage in a war of attrition. Yuan Shao certainly would have won. Ultimately, he was betrayed by Shu You, who told Yuan Shao's opponent the location of his grain depot. The depot was set aflame, which broke Yuan Shao's army. He then fell ill and died without naming an heir, leading to a fraternal power struggle, while a much larger threat loomed over the Yuan family. As a person, he was described as on the exterior he seemed generous and refined, he seems tolerant and never shows his emotions, but inside he is narrow-minded, jealous, and malicious.
广民丰，带甲100万，文臣武将更是数不胜数，如许攸、郭图、田丰、庞纪等人，都是智谋超群。颜良、文丑、张合、淳于琼也都是当世名将。丞相不可与袁绍交战，只可与袁绍议和。
丞相，先生所言，真乃妇孺之见。依我看，袁绍有时败，丞相有时胜。
哦，愿闻其详。
袁绍喜欢反腐礼仪，丞相喜欢自然天成。
Now on to Hillary Clinton. She created a power vacuum in Libya by supporting NATO intervention. Now ISIS fights in Libya, effectively inviting them by failing to account for post-war planning.
We came, we saw, he died.
是鹰虎驱狼之计，其结果断然是虎患大于狼害。
She tried to pass healthcare reform, but staunch congressional and corporate opposition stopped that bill cold. She crushed Bernie Sanders in the primary, which theoretically consolidated his power base. She has numerical superiority in the Electoral College and tens of millions of dollars from hedge fund managers, which makes her numerically and logistically superior to Trump.
先头大军与陈师上路，这天已过正午，后军才刚刚出城，前后相连近100里啊！主公啊，像今天这般倾巢而出的大军，似潮水般涌动，真乃今古罕见，海内奇观呐！
我想曹操已知我军所向，但愿他
However, despite these advantages, her two top partisans, Bill Clinton and Debbie Wasserman Schultz, are effectively out of the running to her campaign. Bill's accusations of sexual assault from Juanita Broderick, Kathleen Willey, Paula Jones, Jennifer Flowers, etc. have turned him into Bill Cosby, a once beloved 90s icon reduced to an accused rapist. Now you say he's not running for president, but he was a prominent speaker throughout the campaign, an implied selling point of going back to the 90s. Debbie Wasserman Schultz was booed out of the DNC by the Sanders supporters. Now they've filed a class action lawsuit against the DNC for election fraud. The turning point in her campaign came from Guccifer 2.0, who revealed vital information that severely damaged Hillary, leading to heavy investigations between the Clinton Foundation and the State Department, proving she did indeed send and receive confidential information to her senior staff, apparently thinking that the C's were marking the paragraphs alphabetically and ordering her aides to smash her 13 Blackberries. The result is a serious decline in her favorability and trustworthy ratings. This email scandal didn't stop either, as it continues to be a developing story, mostly covered by alternative media. Various authors over the years, such as Ronald Kessler, David Brooks, Edward Klein, and Gary Byrne, claimed that behind closed doors she is known to lose her temper and holds the people under her in contempt. The media tries to downplay these claims as rumors and gossip, but then again they tried to downplay her ill health as a conspiracy theory.
副帅，副帅，主公，主公，主公。
How does she measure to the literary character Yuan Shao?
袁绍有时败，丞相有时胜。
哦，愿闻其详。
袁绍喜欢反腐礼仪，丞相喜欢自然天成，此为道圣。
Has there ever been a time when Clinton was authentic? Even Jon Stewart notes this when he said, "She is a very bright woman without the courage of her convictions."
袁绍以逆动，丞相爱顺势，此为义胜。
Yade Indigo put it best when she said,
A leader is a person who has foresight. I want a leader who has foresight, who has the ability to know in 1994 that there are issues with the crime bill, not to look back after thousands of lives have been destroyed and families have been destroyed and say, ooh, I made a mistake. I want somebody who has the foresight to say, no, I'm not going to vote for the Iraq war because that's wrong. Not somebody who's going to later on say, oops, that was a mistake. I don't think our country can afford the mistakes that come with hindsight. We want somebody who has the foresight to make the right decisions in the beginning.
Okay.
袁绍以宽济，丞相以猛究，此为制胜。
if you believe her claim that she didn't know the C stood for confidential, that proves her incompetence in determining classified material. You can blame Obama in general for Middle East instability, but Libya was entirely her project.
袁绍外宽内忌，任人唯亲；丞相外简内明，任人唯才，此为度胜。
In the article, How Hillary Clinton's Loyal Confidants Cost Her the Election, she keeps a close circle of advisors and gatekeepers jockeying for her favor. Sycophants can only thrive in that environment, and I highly recommend you read that article because it provides much-needed insight into her staff.
袁绍多谋少决，丞相多谋善断，此为谋胜。
I haven't found much evidence, so we'll say she's decisive.
袁绍嗜好虚名，丞相以诚待事，此为得胜。
The Clinton Foundation, regardless of its legality, is designed for the upper class to donate millions of dollars to them. The argument all politicians do it is a big tu quoque, due to the foreign, especially Saudi and Qatari, influence associated with it. Even then, government develops relationships in the name of the people. If you're a person who thinks Citizens Unite was a terrible decision or campaign finance reform, then you must be against the foundation for acting like a corporation.
袁绍忽近忽远，丞相远近结察，此为人胜。
The basket of deplorables speech was interpreted by many as a callous disregard for a large fraction of the electorate. Combined with her decades under Secret Service protection and the Foundation cultivating the rich and powerful, she can't help but be careless to the common people.
袁绍听信谗言，丞相动若观火，此为名胜。
As I've stated before, she is surrounded by sycophants. She may not be listening to slander per se, but she hardly hears harsh criticism given her legendary temper.
赵是非混淆，丞相法度严谨，此为文圣。
Why did she spend months denying any wrongdoing? Why did she use bleach bit? Why did she blame Colin Powell? Why did she order her aides to smash her blackberries after she used them? All of these actions are obstructions of justice on the part of her or Huma Abedin. A lot of immunities were given to people who felt like they had to plead the fifth anyway.
袁绍好大喜功，不知兵法，丞相以少克众，用兵如神，此为武圣。
Working with American allies as part of the intelligence surge is a legitimately tricky business because the Turkey and the Kurds are fundamentally opposed to each other. Turkey is both a NATO nation and can use their refugee population to bend the EU to its will. The Kurds, meanwhile, are very sympathetic people, but Turkey is afraid of rebellion if the US goes too far in supporting the formation of a Kurdistan. The West also wants Assad gone, but the two countries that have the most influence, Russia and Iran, support Assad. Removing him is a non-starter in negotiations because, for him and the Alawite sect, surrender means sharing the fate of the Yazidi people. For him, he is fighting on desperate ground, and the Russians are in effectively the same position. If the goal is to defeat ISIS, it is better to avoid funding a proxy war and wait for the various sides to wear themselves out, rather than institute a no-fly zone and provoke Russian aggression. If she continues Obama's position in the Middle East, or worse, act as an even bigger hawk, the proxy war will expand over some damn fool thing in the Middle East. From what I've seen, she is 9 out of 10. She may not be as bad as Yan Shao, the literary character, but she is far too close for comfort. Her only saving grace is that she is probably decisive, but she lacks foresight, vision, and trustworthiness to utilize that decisiveness effectively.